We are here once again. What is the news that is trending? And the news that are trending is Hi, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, One Chief Justice, Omudi Assembly Bao. Omudi Assembly Ba, Efa petition and ano, a man for the Kodan Noa, or was so Edema Chief Justice, and Kase President John Mahama, or say a friend is saying, no, and now no. Anyway, my main enchia obibia or share me our Dr. Rain TV. So when subscribe on my YouTube channel, no, I can encourage you kindly do so. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe here. Yeah, enjoy yeah, enjoy sikebia. The message where we see. Let's support each other. Let's support and build a year together. So quickly, what is happening? What is happening is Menowoka said His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. The letter Ababe Kanensa from the office of the Chief Justice, and it said Jane Adukwe Mensah, any OSP, a man for petition, almost say yen you woman free war as a friend is saying, woman free war because more ejuma and you know, and assembly beto Jan on just say, if you more beto Jan just say, woman boni be a se fata se bu, ye be pamo womo a free womo position. Nti petitioners ne de call you know ɛna ɛba mmɔden anama bɛkenkan ɛde ama wo na wo nso wate bi sɛ asɛm wɔ wiase o asɛm wɔ wiase na wei na amanfoɔ ɛka sɛ President John Mahama na sɛ adeɛ wei deɛ woyɛ saa adeɛ a ɛha adwene o wɔha adwene paa ɔsɛ 10 petitioners to remove EC OSP leadership dismissed presidency. President John Dramani Mahama, on the advice of the Chief Justice of Ghana, has dismissed multiple petitions calling for the removal of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission of Ghana, EC, her deputies, and the Office of the Special Prosecutor, OSP. A total of 10 petitions were submitted to the President Mahama for the removal of EC chairperson J. Mensah and her deputies, as well as the special prosecutor Kisi Ejabin, and were forwarded to the Chief Justice Paul Bafo Boni. According to the statement issued by the spokesperson of the president, Phyllis Kwachin Ofosu, on Wednesday, which is today, the 18th of February 2026. And it says that the president dismissed, on Wednesday, the president dismissed the 10 petitions that were submitted after Justice Paul Bafo-Boni determined that no prima facie case had been established in the petitions. Following the receipt of 7 petitions from various individuals and groups for the removal of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission and her deputies, and 3 petitions for the removal of the special prosecutor, President John Dramani Mahama, in accordance with Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 15 of the Office of the Special Prosecutor Act 2017, Act 959, referred same to His Lordship Justice Paul Bafo-Boni, Chief Justice, on the 25th November 2025, to determine whether the petition disclosed a prima facie case. By a letter dated 26 January 2026, the Chief Justice informed His Excellency the President that no prima facie case had been established by the petition to warrant any further investigations for the removal of the EC, which is the Electoral Commissioner, Deputy Commissioners, and the Special Prosecutor. The statement reads, under the Constitution, the chairperson of the EC and her deputies have the same conditions of services as justices of the superior courts, and their removal is granted by Article 146. A justice of the superior court of a chairperson of a regional tribunal can only be removed for stated misbehavior, incompetent, or inability due to infirmity of body or mind, according to the Constitution. The procedure requires that the president refers any petition to the Chief Justice, who determines whether a prima facie case exists. If so, a committee comprising 3 justices or chairman of the regional tribunal and 2 others independent persons investigates the complaint. Hey, radio. The committee findings are submitted to the Chief Justice, who forwards recommendation to the President, who is constitutionally obligated to act accordingly. Proceedings are held in camera, and the officials involved are entitled to defend themselves. The removal of the special prosecutor is governed by Section 15 of the Office of the Special Prosecutor Act 2017, Act 959. The grounds of removal includes misbehavior, incompetent, incapacity, willfully violation of the oath, or conduct that could bring the office into disrepute, or harm the state's security or economy. Petitions must be referred to the Chief Justice within 7 days, after which the Chief Justice has 30 days to assess a prima facie case. If only exists, a committee is established to investigate within 90 days and submit recommendation to the President. The petitions came amid heightened scrutiny of key constitutional body in Ghana, with the process and underscoring the checks and balances provided in the Constitution to ensure accountability while protecting the independence of office holders. And this is what came from the President. And I read, I say, petitions for the removal of the Electoral Commissioner, Deputy Commissioner, and Special Prosecutor. Following the receipt of 7 petitions from the various individuals and groups of removal of the chairpersons of the Electoral Commission and her deputies, and 3 petitions for the removal of the Special Prosecutor, President John Dramani Mahama, in accordance with Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 15 of the Office of the Special Prosecutor, Article 2017, Article 959, referred same to His Lordship Justice Paul Bafuboni, Chief Justice, on 25th November 2025, to determine whether the petitioners disclose a prima facie case. By a letter dated 26 January 2026, the Chief Justice informed His Excellency the President that no prima facie case has been established by the petitioner to warrant any further investigation for the removal of the Electoral Commissioner, Deputy Commissioners, and the Special Prosecutor. Signed, Felix Kwachi Ofosu, MP, spokesperson for the President, Minister, Government Communication. So this is what a free president, Asweye Abba. Now I'm going to read to you, Fred Tego, welcome. I'm going to read to you some of the comments. Ghana for a comes here. Oh, this is coming from a friend is saying, one of the people on my commenting. Wait free Dr. Mubi Sariki. I say hello. Okay, and the end that has nothing to do with conversation. You know. Or say prima facies kakari. Or say prima facies is just subjective, right? I believe JM wants to preserve his record as a bit by not removing CJ, EC, and OSP. The record will not look good in the history books. All right? Okay, according to Kakari, say JM remove una, the record is not going to look good. I want to also know your comment. Those who are watching me, the comment section. Linda Waddell, what is also your comment on this? A friend is saying 10 petition to remove EC, OSP leadership dismissed. What is your take on it? Fact checker or say, on the case of EC, what about the disenfranchised this service committed against SAL? which is a yes Sancho Kofi Akpafu Lolobi Likpe people. Does that don't warrant a second look? Or also the award can actually president no? Or they are say, we also every a year share DC or say write your own petition and use your own SAL as a year reason and see if it can stand. I will also the no or no the NHS say it is right. They don't have any case to dismiss a year the EC. We Anyantam frame or say it is absolutely the wise decision. With the right and exemplary leadership, it would be hard for people to go off the rails, abandoning yet their mandate as seen in other regimes. We don't need a retaliation in the governance of Ghana. Even the EC already has shown a transformation because there is no room for a complacency. Impeach the president now. We see impeach the president now. Or also the NDC caucus in parliament must impeach John Dramani Mahama if this story finally turns out to be true. Kwesi say yes, I agree. He is weakling. Or say President John Mahama is a weakling. Jesus gives eternal life. Or say or say, or no, the enemy has nothing to do with the topic discussing. And that is the difference, or see, between Mahama and Nanado. Just said John Dramani Mahama is upholding the constitution. Kwame, or see, John Dramani Mahama does not love this nation and the great NDC party one bit. His cosmetic resetting agenda is just a fluke. What is the reason for appointing Paul Bafo Boni as Chief Justice when Justice Scott Poaman is there? Or see, Jane Adukwe Mensah perpetrated a lot of clear violation and open biases against the NDC in every election cycle. In fact, she was more than MPP serial caller. In fact, she was more than MPP serial caller. God has blessed us with power, and yet this is what we have seen. Kisi Ejabin is there, openly doing the underground work to shield the MPP corrupt past government officials. And yet, this is what we have seen. Sad indeed. We if requirement of GH8. Or see, what is the difference? There was no prima facie case against the EC officials, and the president just did what the constitution binds him to do. So he's not. So it's not his direct discretion not to sack them. He could be fuming of not having the opportunity to boot them out. So get your when see or see Vudushi or no see the by any or say I thought we all agree not to practice a father for all again. So what is happening? I say more. Tony or say it was not Mahama, it was the CJ who rejected petitions. I say more. Benji was 7 petitions is 7 petition against EC and 3 against Kisi, but you rejected all, and all said with laughing emojis. I said let's hear your reasons. Or more trying for the reasons. Gabon D or say exercise in futility. We don't care about bringing this out, so it will overshadow the cocoa politics. Lie. We will still speak out of the cocoa farmers. Or say the two, or say you think cocoa farmers will vote for that Kotokoli Baumia? Take honestly how they buy. Anyway. Abano said this shouldn't be an excuse to keep that corrupt, incompetent, useless. Okay, well, also the other buy, just say somebody there, ultimately say poto. who appointed the CJ and AJ? AG and not AJ. Ladies and gentlemen, Fred, Linda, Stephen, woman so the Amore, no. So for me, I have always said, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wants to leave a legacy. And if this is what the legacy is, may Ghanaians support him, and may posterity be the greatest judge of all mankind. There's a lot of things that has been said about EC. We all know how she disenfranchised Santro Kofi, Akpafu, Lolobi, Lekpe. And if this is not a misconduct, misbehavior, then I don't know what else. I don't know whether if this government is afraid of the MPP. If it is MPP, they will never care about what you say. They will find every ways and means possible to kick you out. They just did it to Charlotte Osei. They find every means and every way, whatever, to kick Charlotte Osei out. If John Mahama and the Chief Justice said there is no prima facie in the petitioners, petition I'm going to call a command president refer, because the Constitution allows him to send it to the Chief Justice, not Chief Justice, within 30 days. Abba Bekach, the president, on 26 January 2026, said there is no prima facie case in what the 10 petitioners needed by. Say, in removal a friend, say, Adukwe Mensah, any Kisie Jabin, and the 2 deputies are. Oh, yes, yeah. You are now telling us, say, election 2020, no? People who lost their lives in vain. It was through the negligence and misbehavior, misconduct of the EC. And then the same thing happened. Ayawaso. Amanfu wuye. A lot has happened. And if NDC thinks that they want to do certain things to please mankind, then I'm sorry. I think John Dramani Mahama should sit up. Nobody wants to. Majority of Ghanaians don't want to vote for Bawumia. But if this continues, then I think, to be honest with you, it's really, really sad. Honestly. Because right is Aseku Michiao. This news is a news, sir. I am really surprised. Hey! So there is no prima facie case yet. I mean, this new Chief Justice, from there I have said from this new Chief Justice, Obi Otumikache said, Oma atai long sentence because Osrosa atai free prison bar, Obaba Bekune Yerin and Madie. Which means that when Jinam Rasu, I know this sentence I atai you. When Jinam Rasu, Oboni trim and Oman and number original so. The trim the fear say atai free prison, Baba Bekune, no Yerin and a ma. Anyway, yedi waha. Na say nya sanso na bia Joma ama feel say, oh, let's make the MPP people happy. Let's make the MPP people happy, and that your mom will happy. Then somebody can bring a friend saying a petition to a friend and say Supreme Court said John Mahama should go a third term, and then that one will come out to say, okay, John Mahama can go a third term. If that is what you people are doing there, I'll tell you, the MPP will tell you, say they will not agree with you. And the MPP people, they still have a lot of people in the armed forces. Just say they still have it. Deborah will say, I think this is a trap that has been set for them in future. What trap? Can you explain further? Trap as what? As explain further. Anyway, this news is coming from the local friend is the Minister for Lands, Honorable Emmanuel Amakofibua. Or say 2026 Local Content Summit. Don't sell your birthright when you can own the bakery. Asamwa odi aka che Ghana for no. Obu ye be. Aka nsem bebre. Che say enhwe ni ye. We have to own our own destiny and be makers of our own history and ensure that someday posterity will be happy with us. Ladies and gentlemen, me read the comment too. Stephen will say if this continue, just say one or just say one really continue crowd and say asra for no crowd baba be to me the mo baba join you no dia or no work. Well, Sam George, or see government confirms identity of Russian who leaked videos of Ghanaian women as Vladislav Lukov, age 36. So I say Russian saga don't share or download viral video circulated by foreign national. Sam George warns public. President Mahama visits survivors of a Burkina Faso terrorist attack and 37 military hospital. Assures government will cover all medical bills. Mr. President, thank you. Suspect of Mamprobi Polyclinic baby theft in a incident disguised as a nurse. Incident disguised as a nurse. Ladies and gentlemen, you know this today. About exactly 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Many lawyer Francis Beba train come. But before I make corner, I think I want to share this with you. John Dramani Mahama and his people, they must sit up. You guys must sit up if you want to continue. Because the best thing NPP ni propaganda. Na mama mo kwan say ya omo shase no mo ye propaganda no a obonumo. I want to tell Sam George say he should concentrate on the ministry no a ye the man. Yes, and they say Sam George and other people told us in opposition say Esla Owusu obo krono ewo Ministry of Communication. Say Sam George wan hodin a wotimi say ye de kwakọ extradite a Russian amoli kai no say onyu sa atumi no enkoche Esla Owusu mra na ombe ansa Kelni GVG corruption a course so millions of dollars a course so onyu that same format no enkonkoche Esla Owusu mra Ghana. And I'm on the ladies and gentlemen, this is where time will permit me. Thank you. God bless our homeland, Ghana. Make our nation great and strong, bold to defend forever and ever. I'll see you again at 7 p.m. GMT time. Thank you. One love. I'll say, at this point, I don't know why Madam Jane is still in her position. Almost say there is no prima facie case that has been established. Linda Waddle. So it means that the woman will still stay there until somebody at the assembly. As a new petitioner could be. And yes, idea. Otilo, she's still at post. Hey, John Dramani Mama or the assembly. Say Sam Joy don't deserve to be there. I'll see you when I see you at 7 p.m. God willing. Peace.